Welcome to Weekly Digest, where we highlight the work of ministers of government as they push the administration's development agenda. Picking up from where we left off last week, the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development has handed over 190 solar streetlights valued at $7 million to 5 Neighborhood Democratic Council NDCs in Region 2. Installation of 140 lamps began over the last weekend, while another 50 lights were given to the Guyana Township for installation. Minister the Honourable Nigel Darmlall, who handed over the items, told the residents the initiative is to enhance their safety during daily commute.
Over the weekend, our teams were in the region installing in different NDC areas. Residents have already been contacting us to say how happy they are as a result of these new measures.
Minister Darmlall said government has more in store for the region. Government on Monday engaged stakeholders on the recent decree issued by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, who again claimed sovereignty over Guyana's territory. The engagement was held at Ramphel House with representatives from all sectors. Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance, the Honourable Gail Teixeira, said the meeting was meant to bring stakeholders up to speed on the recent developments.
This is a national issue. This is a non-partisan issue. This is not an issue of politics and what party people support. It's our land. It's the land of all Guyanese. We have to stand together as a people. We have to stand as one.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the Honourable TODD, said once Venezuela's decree is gazetted, it gives relevance to the country's position and will be seen as a threat to Guyana's sovereignty. He noted that government was engaging international organizations like CARICOM, the Commonwealth, and Organization of American States, OAS, on the matter.
What we're doing is that we're going to give them all the submissions that we have coming out of Venezuela. We're still waiting on the decree, but we're bringing them up to speed with the events that occurred in the National Assembly. We're going to give them our position and to reiterate to them that this is not a matter that we're taking lightly, given the context, and that we continue to rely on their support, given the fact that the support that we're getting from them so far.
On January 7, the Venezuelan president issued a decree claiming sovereignty and exclusive sovereign rights in the waters and seabed adjacent to Guyana's coast, west of the Essequibo River. Persons travelling from Barima-Waini Region 1 to Georgetown are to benefit from a modern $2.5 billion ferry. The Ministry of Public Works on Wednesday signed the contract with Garden Reach shipbuilders and engineers to construct the vessel. Minister the Honourable Bishop Juan EDGHILL says the ferry should be delivered within 18 months.
The people of Region 1 and those who use that service will be able to benefit from that much anticipated, promised new river ferry, which will reduce travel time, bring greater passenger comfort, greater safety mechanisms, and allowing for the modernization of Guyana.
Minister EDGHILL said payment for the ferry would be done in parts, with the final payment being made upon receipt of the vessel.
So there are various payment stages. We are paying a mobilization of 20% based upon the contract and deliverables late in the year, another 40%. And then at the completion with the installation of the engines and the steering capacity, additional 40%, and the vessel will be delivered to Guyana.
Minister EDGHILL said the MV Kimbia would go into dry dock for repairs and will be put back into operation to serve that route until the new vessel arrives. Funding for the project was sourced from the Government of India. Minister of Agriculture, the Honourable Zulfikar Mustafa, commissioned a $60.4 million fertilizer testing laboratory on Wednesday at the Pesticides and Toxic Chemicals Control Board. The certified facility is the first to be established locally and is located at the Pesticides and Toxic Chemicals Control Board, Nari Compound, Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara.
Since taking office, I have had the opportunity to visit a number of farming communities in many regions, and I can clearly tell you, in many of those visits, farmers have echoed their concern about the quality of fertilizer imported and distributed in Guyana.
Minister Mustafa said the new laboratory will directly address one of the challenges farmers have faced over the years. He added that the board plays an integral role in developing agriculture, especially now that Guyana is poised for massive transformation. Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, the Honourable Susan Rodrigues, said her engagement with residents of Mobilisa, Bamia and Amelia's ward has been successful. She told DPI that the cabinet outreach in Region 10 gave the government an opportunity to listen to residents' concerns with the intention of resolving them. Enhanced water supply, road development and land titling were among the issues raised.
At the end of the day, what we want is for Region 10 to progress, for Region 10 to be able to benefit from all of our plans, policies, programs that we have on board. And we want to have that direct connection with the region.
Residents of Bath Settlement will soon have concrete answers on the disparities between their bills before and after a new metering system was installed by the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated. This was one of the outcomes of a community meeting led by Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, the Honourable DEODAT INDAR, following a spate of complaints by residents of the community.
Their claim is not unreasonable, that they've been paying a certain bill for the past 20 years, and as soon as the new meter went on, the bill went up threefold. And that was 90% of the complaints here this morning. Right? So we're here to address them. GPL crew, the head of the metering section, is here to go through every single account and do an investigation, to visit every home in this area where the complaints came from, to see what's going on.
The minister said he and GPL will deliberate further on the matter following the case-by-case investigations. Restaurants and eating establishments hoping to restart indoor dining will go through strict checks and balances. Minister of Health, the Honourable Dr. Frank Anthony, said though the COVID-19 guidelines have been amended for indoor dining, every precaution will be taken to ensure patrons' safety.
There's a slight tweak, and that is we want to provide for some form of indoor dining. And before establishment can be granted permission to do indoor dining, they have to go through certain checks.
Minister Anthony said the National COVID-19 Task Force has been working closely with the Guyana Tourism Authority on this matter.
That authority is going to assist the task force in going to every indoor restaurant, and there are specific guidelines for compliance, and they would do an evaluation of the premises. Once they evaluate the premises and see that they meet the requirements, which include determining capacity, then you look at the spacing, how the tables are going to be laid out, the distance from each other and so forth. And once that checklist is complied with, then that facility would be licensed to do indoor dining.
Minister Anthony said this would not be the end of the process, as establishments will be monitored. The latest amendment allows restaurants to have indoor dining up to 40% of their capacity. That's it for this edition of Weekly Digest. For these and other government-related information, do log on to our website dpi.gov.gy and our social media platforms as well. Goodbye.